Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So it's a little bit late in the day to be pushing out a video, but we have this event coming up tomorrow that it was brought to my attention by MTG Jedi, so shout out to him. I'll leave a link to his channel and everything down below. But this guaranteed event, now first off, I thought this was a little bit weird with him being in 120 shards, but going over here, this is MTG Jedi's channel, but going over here to Ayumi Love, they've actually had guaranteed champions for 120 shards before with Ginzin, so that's not that uncommon. However, I want to talk about this real quick. So we have the raf-matab summon event starting May 6th, I believe, which is in a few hours, actually. About 12 hours probably for making this video. Now, this is a pretty big deal, okay? I'm really hoping that this section right here, it says the following champions cannot be summoned from any shard. And lo and behold, ours truly, raf-matab is on this list. Now, this is potentially a huge problem in my opinion, and could honestly be something that would, I don't know. I don't think it would be good for Raid, to be honest. I think it would actually be very bad. Now, this is basically buying a champion, but the issue is you're not just buying the champion. You're using your shards that you've saved up, possibly as a free-to-play player, that you would use for fusion events, you would use for CVC. If you really want to push CVC, you would use for 10x events, you would use for 2x events, whatever it may be, and now you can be using them for that champion. The thing is, with this guy particularly, okay, this is going to be a little bit of a rant, so if you're here just for the information, that was the information, okay? The information was just, hey, raf-matab, according to this, can't be summoned from shards, okay? So it's very interesting, but now my opinion part of this and why I think this is so bad, let's get into it. So if you're buying a champion, all right, they've actually done a Horden purchase before where basically, hey, you spend $50 for Horden and now you got Horden. But the issue with that is that you're buying champions. Obviously, it could be pretty bad in the sense that you could have potentially OP champions offered to people to buy. But I would actually rather be able to purchase a champion than save shards for 2x events, for 10x events, for champions like this who aren't even in the shard pool. Like this guy would basically be like, okay, you saved up all your shards for a 2x event. And we know Plarium likes to set up things where it's very enticing, right? Like a 2x plus 10x right after a guaranteed event or something like that to make you want to pull your shards. The potential issue with this is if they did like a 2x event and then the next weekend they had a guaranteed champion who wasn't in the shard pool, but this champion was really good, okay? This champion is like a top tier, say PvP champion, or even a very usable champion, or just an above mediocre champion. Honestly, with the thought of scarcity, I mean, scarcity is one of the #1 things to get people to spend money, to get people to pull the trigger on whatever purchases it may be, even if it's out of their ranges, than anything, okay? Scarcity is such a powerful thing, and if this is true, if this guy's truly not able to be summoned from any shard after this guaranteed event, this is going to cause a lot of people to want to go out and spend the money on it, which for this guy may not be that big of a problem because this guy doesn't seem like a overpowered champion. But I personally don't want to have a champion down the road. While it feels great to, let's just say for an example, they had a warlord level champion, okay? I doubt they'll ever do that, but say it was a warlord level champion who you basically either spend 120 ancient shards for, let's just say it was ancient shards, not void shards, or you're going to be spending probably almost $200 to get this champion. And if you don't get this champion on this weekend, then you're literally never going to have this champion again. Now, the flip side is if you did get this, if you did save up the shard, you did get the champion when it was limited, then you're going to feel pretty special, right? Your account is going to be more valuable because you have a champion who was limited, like Ninja, like Simple. Well, maybe not Simple. Simple is a little bit different level than Ninja, but like Ninja, okay? That was no problem because it was a free champion. That's perfectly fine. But having a champion set up like this, which I'm really hoping it's not true, and I got a feeling it's not, because while Plarium does like to put us in some weird situations sometimes with like making you want to pull your shards all the time, I don't think this is true simply because they never mention it. If you want somebody to react to scarcity, you're going to have to put it in here, okay? And as far as I'm aware, there's nowhere in here that actually says this guy is only going to be available in this event. And trust me, if Plarium was really wanting to capitalize on the scarcity mindset, they would 100% put it somewhere in the game for you to know it. Now, if we wake up tomorrow morning and we very well may to find out, hey, this guy is only available during this event and you can never get him any other way, then that could completely change my opinion. But honestly, I think this could be very bad for the game, bad for a lot of people in general because already people are saving for guaranteed events, which is perfectly fine, okay? We know they may come. You may want to save 150 ancient shards, 120 ancient shards to be ready for whenever those do come. If you're not ready, you're going to have to spend some money, but at least you know those champions are still in a shard pool. You can still get lucky and pull it from a sacred shard, from a void shard, whatever it may be. But knowing a champion you will have to spend money during this event or never have less than 120 shards just kind of rubs me the wrong way, to be honest. And I don't like doing a ton of these rant videos, and I typically don't, but things like this I think are very bad things for the community in general. I don't see any positive from this. I mean, yeah, the positive of if you were lucky and saved your shard. I mean, there is a 10x event going on with this, which is also something I don't think we usually see, which is very interesting. So there is a 10x event going on with some good champions. But if you're somebody who doesn't want to miss out, you're going to be very motivated to go ahead and drop the almost $200 to actually get this champion. So let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Now, if it comes to buying champions outright or doing this, I'm much more for buying champions. Honestly, I don't see a huge issue in buying champions to a limit, of course, right? To a degree, assuming they're still available to get in the game. Now, you can't just make all champions sellable and able to be purchased, but as somebody who spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars trying to go off after specific champions, if I had the option to just buy a champion, I would 100% rather do that than opening up all these shards to just get nothing, okay? But buying champions, I think it's better to just not be in the game whatsoever, but I would be less against buying champions than this, which is essentially buying champions, but it's like a few levels above that. You have to get it or you'll never have access to this champion in the future. But guys, like I said, I really don't think this is actually true. I got a feeling they're going to change this. I don't see why. I imagine they'll probably just put it in here so people can't summon him before the event actually goes live tomorrow. I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm banking on that's what it is. But if it's not, this could be a really bad, I guess, start of a habit with Plarium, start of a tradition that I don't like. But guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Thank you all very much for watching the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.